But enough about that. Let's talk about Makoto and Ken.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Anyone remember how to play this game? I don't. Sometimes I feel like I'm pretty good at third strike, and sometimes I feel like I'm not very good at all. I've definitely allowed myself to fester, and I mean that in many ways. Obviously, I'm not really keeping in practice super hard, but also I've deliberately avoided having to learn certain things. Ooh, nice. My parries are an obvious one. There are a lot of parry things that I could have learned. Like red parrying the second hit of Ken's DC or his back forward. Where I just you know, I just focus on not getting hit or something. Oh, that's right. Probably loud as shit. There you go. I didn't even think about adjusting the volume. Thanks for saying that sooner rather than later. Makoto's a thinky matchup, so I'm decent against her. Oh, nice. But there are a lot of matchups that aren't as thinky. They're more like, how consistent are you? Or how good are you at very specific things? Oh, it's best of 3. Nice fucking DP. Did he really do that in reaction to the Towards Fierce? I doubt it. He probably did it just expecting a forward dash or something. It's pretty low risk. Makoto can't walk in and punish you. She has to dash in. So with punishing a far away light DP is actually really hard for her. That would have been a pretty well spaced overhead. Oh, nice confirm. Yeah. Ken probably could have punished that, but it wasn't an easy punish. I don't know. You can just set it to 3 rounds in the game settings. You don't normally see that because it's not you know, it fucks with the meter use, but you get more bang for your buck quarter-wise. But there's only one first round, you know what I mean? So it's a smaller percentage of the total match. I do quarter circle forward between my 2 light kicks. So it's down and then light kick and then quarter circle forward and then down again and then light kick again and then quarter circle forward kick, and that's really consistent for me. I do that with Ryu as well with his SA2 confirm. I never taught myself that, to be honest. I'd already played third strike for 10 years before I ever tried to pick a Shoto. And then when I finally picked Ken, I could already do it. The confirm was just there. That confirms a cancel, so it's a lot easier for me. The low light kick confirm. Ken confirms from Ken's low strong or back forward. I'm still decent at them, but I'm not 100%. Ugh, see that? That's not too bad of a punish, all things considered. Makoto So isn't that rewarding. So light DP and neutral is probably not too bad here. That was a nice whip punish. I think you saw that. He's like, this is guaranteed to hit because of that low fierce. Oh, that went so far. This could turn around really fast. Oh, this is dizzy. This is actually gonna kill. Damn, I said it and then it happened. That light kick. I think he did that light kick trying to do a Karakakusa, but Ken didn't quick stand. So the Karakakusa was going to whiff and he just didn't do it. Demon Flip. You should still be alright for Demon Flip. As long as you don't, like, hit the second down forward light kick on the... Or as long as you don't hit the second light kick on the down forward. If it was a quarter circle forward kick, it would fuck you up. I don't remember if Sean has that. I think he does. I think roll is quarter circle forward kick. So it would fuck you up if you were Sean. No, maybe it's down back punch for the roll for Sean. I don't fucking know because, like, I never ever touched Sean. I do the latter. This is gonna be one of those replays where it's just Ken and Makoto. Not complaining, I like these two. They have a pretty interesting matchup, all things considered. Considering they're like two top tiers. Okay, no, Sean's wheel kick is quarter circle forward kick. And his Tatsu is quarter circle back kick. I'm not too bad versus Ken. I really need to study some Aura versus Yun or Yang, because I'm really shitty in those matchups. Hugo too. Those are bad ones for me. Even Chun-Li I'm not too bad. I like understand how you're supposed to fight Chun-Li even though it's difficult. Oof. I understand how to fight Ken. That's not too bad. Nice. Where's the confirm? You just know? Very tricky. I thought that would be a fake cross-up, but it was a real cross-up. Good block by the Makoto. Whoa, non-EX. Was that an accident or deliberate? Ooh, okay. He almost lost that.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Nice. He maybe could have done light DP. It was more risky than jab. Look how meaty that was. Nice. Hit the landing frames. Oh. That could have been a super. Instead, he swept. And it hit Makoto forward dashing, I think. I don't know. She was suddenly next to him, but she wasn't, like, doing the forward dash animation. I don't know if the forward dash trip happens if you kill with the sweep. Oh, the whiff punish. I don't actually know if all the Shotos have the same hitbox on low forward. I can say confidently the low forwards aren't all the same speed. But they're pretty close. Sean's is much slower. That might hit in midair. Yeah, Akuma should have been parrying there. It wasn't a super hard parry, but he didn't know when the hit was going to be. I figured it would be the second hit, and it was. But even then, that's not a guarantee. That's fine. That's not... Maybe a couple parries into block was better for that super. Nice. That, he was kind of far for super. Maybe he could have super cancelled it. Super nice. Oh yeah. That was a Ken round right there. Fuck your parry, here's my light DP. Oh, jab. Man, John, thank you. That long ass bar. Yeah, if it's Demon Flip, you can't parry. So things like anti-air DP suddenly become good against Demon Flip. Good awareness. Stuns the most out of SA3, outside of SA3 Ryo Makoto. I don't know. Or I would definitely be up there somewhere. He gets lots of dizzies. Alex can get dizzies without too much trouble, but, you know, he's not a great character. So you kind of need a lot of luck to go your way. Necro is a big one. Necro is definitely one of the most dizzying characters. Yang is too. 3 EX Rekkas from Yang will dizzy you, and a lot of things confirm into EX Rekka. Parry? Nope. It was difficult there. Eating the super was actually not too bad. Or if he tried to parry it, he could have opened himself up to a big juggle. Dudley's dizzy isn't that high. If he did less damage, he still wouldn't dizzy that much. It depends. It just depends on specific attacks he can land. His heavies do high dizzy, and his uppercut does a shit ton. But that's basically it. His mediums don't do that much, and his lights do none. Most of his other special moves don't do much. Just all the uppercut and the fucking heavies. Ooh. But yes, Dudley does usually kill you before he stuns you.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Nice. Oh, good parry, good punish. Very safe. He could have done a little bit more, but he didn't. He did a combo that would have worked on a crouching opponent. Low forward super. But he theoretically had like low forward top 2 DP super if you wanted it. If you're going for a low parry, it's very common to have a crouching opponent, that's why. Again. Nice anti-ADP. Teleport away. Ken could have supered it. He didn't have a good punish without supering, I don't think. That's 0 on parry, I think. Ooh, nice confirm. It really should have been just one button into super as he landed, or even just air normal into super. But he got the 2 normals and it was still in range, and he still got the super cancel, so nothing lost. Ugh. Hard to punish, right? Oftentimes I'll block something like that and I'll be like, how was I supposed to punish that? And that, like, uncertainty will bother me. Watching this good Ken player just miss that and, like, not have a punish at all made me feel a lot more confident about me not having a punish at all. Why is this world the way it is? Could confirm. The backdash on landing. Did that work? Yeah. Didn't have a super there, but he did chase it down rather easily. You have to react to which way Akuma goes after he starts teleporting, which is annoying. Because he won't necessarily, especially mid-screen like that, he won't necessarily teleport away. Sometimes he'll teleport past you the other direction. It's a lot easier to punish that if you don't try and chase it. But if he does teleport to the left, for example, and you start, like, running after him to the left, and he's actually going right. If you think he's going left, but he's actually going right. Car throw. Akuma literally splits a mountain in half in his own ending in this game. And he, like, destroys the submarine, too. He, like, is swimming, and he sees the submarine underwater, and he throws the submarine up from the water. Blows it out of the fucking ocean. Think about how strong you'd have to be to lift a submarine, and then think about if you were underwater. Nice. Kuma's got the beads too. Not just a head swap. huge ass prayer beads.
Now.
Nice. I hate when Akumas do wake up Tatsu on me. We were just talking about the sandals. Fun fact, all the Shotos have very mildly different idle animation speeds. You can see it right here. They start bouncing at the same time, but they quickly desync. They've all got the same idle animation playing at different speeds. Oh yeah, get that knee bash. Nice. Play DP on reaction to the demon flip. No, I'm not playing. Aura can not only crouch under Tatsus, he can like reaction EXDP them while crouching under them. Other versions of DP also work, but they're iffy. The Tatsu can win depending on how lucky you are. It's just like completely a crapshoot. You can stand into a parry as well if you want to. That's also a little bit, like how difficult that'll be is based on your luck. Oh, that could have been a bigger punish. Look, the host. Poor viewer host. Too far. Cam would have needed a super to punish even from close, I think. Aw, ain't that the worst. It didn't matter that much. Yeah, he lost because he hit low strong. But if you block that, I don't think he had a punish or anything available. And he would have been very low HP. And Akuma is pretty annoying when it comes to chip. He can like go for chip a lot on you in ways that are hard to react with parry sometimes without actually committing that much. Yatagos is a pretty good game in my opinion, but I've only played it a little bit. I think only like once against a human. For the SF3, it's hard to say. I find that watching a game won't always give you a great idea and how fun it is to play. A lot of games are fun to play and terrible to watch, and vice versa. Whoa, KKZ. Attempted anti-air. I had an Akuma player KKZ me recently on Fightcade. I was like caught committing, but I still recovered in time because KKZ is fucking slow. It's really hard for Akuma to use it in a way that's good besides the jab reset. Or like a chip out. I think you also can't cancel into KKZ to make it even that much harder to combo into. But even if you could cancel into it from something, it's too slow. Ain't that the worst? I feel like an animation should have some kind of visual indicator for which hit you're parrying. But it would be super hard to do that. They would need a Tatsu like Sean's, where each hit has like a different animation. And that way when you see a certain animation, it's like, oh, that's the last hit. Ooh, nice. Look at that. Cool anti-air. Crouch Fierce that late might not have worked against the normal though. So it's probably anti-air parry into Crouch Fierce. But even then, like once you hit Crouch Fierce. Different parries have different color flashes. You mean like if you parry the last hit of a move, the parry is green instead of blue or something like that? That'd actually be really cool. That was medium Tatsu, medium DP, I think. I don't know the fucking list of characters that you have stuff like that on. I think medium Tatsu into medium DP works on everyone, but don't quote me. On some characters it's like 1 frame, and on some characters it's pretty easy. Super is looking very dangerous for Akuma right now. Now it's like, yeah, over. He had 2 supers, and supers are not too hard to make safe. And like an air super would have been extremely obnoxious for Ken to deal with if he was forced to block it.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Nice parry into walk forward car throw. If you buffer your throw as part of your post parry, whenever you parry something, you can buffer like the following 16 frames, I think. For when the parry freeze ends, you buffer like whatever it happens. And if you buffer a throw, you can't do a car throw from that buffer. See how good that teleport away was? Ken chased it almost as good as he possibly could have, and he still wasn't there in time. He didn't have a super at the time. Ken versus Akuma looks a lot like Aura versus Akuma, to be honest. I could be doing most of the things this Ken is doing. Whoa! Universal Overhead just beat a Raging Demon. Wake Up Raging Demon is no joke. It works the same way that fucking Wake Up 720 works.
Are you ready?
That's scary when Akuma's willing to do shit like that. You can actually do jab jab while knocked over, and then forward on Wake Up. And that'll give you a Wake Up forward parry, and if you get the parry, you can Demon. I think that was the DP confirmed from Ken.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
That's a 1 frame punish. That's a minus 3 low forward, I think. It was the same as Ryu's and Ken's, which I think it is. Ken was there with the fucking super.
You win.
See, I think if Ken tries to super that as a reversal, though, what if Akuma does like low forward fireball? Will Ken just get hit out of his super motion?
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Like, does Ken make himself vulnerable to low forward fireball by attempting to do reversal supers on low forward? More like I've been pursuing it. Oh. The anti-air parry on the close fierce by Ken, but he was timid to hit a button. Nice punish. Very clean. Great punish.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Anyway, Ken didn't want to do parry into button because it could have been cancelled to like DP or something. So he was doing parry into parry. Oh, grounded Tatsu. Woo! Low forward uppercut. That was pretty balls out.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Shoto mirrors are good. Ah. It's a bad feeling when Akuma just recklessly cancels into a Tatsu and you stop blocking at some point during it. Tier parry into jab. Nice. A lot of damage on that crouching opponent. Oh. Nice. Super would have just killed there. He ended up saving the meter. Good for him, but it's scary. Doing the super on reacting to a teleport is additionally kind of awful because, one, Akuma has to start moving before the super will cancel a teleport. And two, you have to super the right direction. I mean, you can, if you react fast enough, you can just super. Meaty Tatsu. That was forward dash. What the fuck was Kuma going for there? Was it dash demon? It could have been. That was a really weird meaty dash. I don't think it was like parries or anything. If you're trying to parry a multi-hit move, on whiff it shouldn't come out as a forward dash. That's like a common... You can like see that and like see it as a mistake. If someone's like looking for a parry... Oh, no commit. If someone's looking for a parry and you don't give them what they're trying to parry and they get a forward dash, it means they're tapping forward way too fast. Parries are once every 17 frames. That's about 4 parries a second. Between 3 and 4. Nice. Nice. What's the chip here? Nothing? I like that. Oh, sneak it in. Who's going to be looking for a parry there? Chances of him getting hit out of that were pretty low too. Never take the chip immediately. And by never, I mean sometimes. It's all a big gamble. It's fucking SA2 Akuma. When did this happen? I haven't seen this in a minute. I didn't see it was hiding behind the a-cho logo. It'd be really cool if one of Akuma's supers was shorter, the meter. I haven't actually ever labbed, I don't think, the damage of Akuma's supers. I think I did once, long ago. I think if you do like... Oh, that's good. Good shit. I think if you do Light Tatsu DP Super, it does the most damage for SA3, then SA2, then SA1. The air version of SA3 also does a little bit more damage than the ground version. And all three of them work after low short, low short. I don't know which ones work after like close forward. It might only be SA1 that works after close forward. SA2 is like as fast as SA1, if not maybe even faster. But the range is the limiting factor. Oh, good. This can do so much damage. You don't really see that often. Akuma melts if that's blocked though. Hi. Okay, I like hear the let's go or whatever in Mario 64. But legitimately I don't know what the fuck he's trying to say when he says so long, Gay Bowser. So long, A Bowser? It doesn't sound like that. Oh. King Bowser. It definitely doesn't sound like that. Getting better at Street Fighter. Keep playing. Watch good players and see what they do. It's my classic advice. Best and worst stones to receive. It doesn't matter. There's only 2 different sizes of stones. You want a big stone in the front, I think. But it generally doesn't matter. There's only a couple instances where it affects anything that I know of. And they're all like corner dizzy juggles. And not like for most matchups. Ooh. It's like dizzy juggles on characters that you probably wouldn't guess you have dizzy juggles on. Like I think to do the Ibuki juggle, the Ibuki touch of dizzy, you need a big front stun. And then early hits of jump hard kick. Or like a desync into early hits of jump hard kick. for regular stones, I don't think it matters at all. All stones were the best. What does that mean? Like, you mean like rocks? Yeah, some objects are considered large and some objects are considered small, hitbox-wise, and they behave very slightly differently. There's like actually like 7 different objects Oro can get. But there's only 2 different objects functionally. Every character in SF5 is a good starting character. Robots and dinos are both considered to be small objects, I think. And small objects are technically a little bit worse than big ones. It doesn't matter what your other stones are, the front one is the only one you really care about. Nice. Yeah, they changed him for third strike. He could get like signs in second impact. I never look at the stones, to be honest. I just tune them out. There's like 5 small objects and 3 big objects, I think. Or 4 and 3 or something like that. But technically speaking, the chances of each object to be a big one or a small one are like 50% each. Nice. That did so much fucking damage. Most characters have a pretty easy anti-air in SF5. Ed's is really easy because it's just hit 2 buttons. Rogs is really easy because it's just hit 1 button. But most characters have something that's just like hit 1 button. Most characters have some variety of anti-air normal. Like, who doesn't? Cammy. Nice, this is gonna kill, I think. God, that did so much.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Oh. See, Ken tried to do something on that Tatsu. Ate so much damage for it. The risk reward of Akuma feels really fucked, but then again he has low health, so it's not that bad. If you just get like an errant hit on Akuma, you fucking kill him. Speaking as me, Aura player, who literally does 75% of his health if I get a close strong. Whoa! He was ready to do a super there, and he like chose not to because of the fucking teleport. Ironic.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Ryu Crouch Fierce is definitely narrower than Laura and Rog. I would say it's worse in general too. Roundhouse is not too bad with Ryu either, to be honest. You really just have to be aware of how far away you are with Ryu. So he's definitely one of the harder ones. But he still has anti-air normals that function. Nice. How often do you see that?
Fighters ready. Engage.
It might have actually been able to do super DP super. But it was like, it didn't really matter at that point. He'd make a smidge more meter out of the DP.
Unit win.
I see double supers with Ryu every now and then. SA1 Ryu. But even SA1 Ryu at all is not run that much anymore. This is Hyperbomb Alex! What's going on? Hyperbomb is not particularly good against anything Akuma has, I don't think. Maybe you can Hyperbomb a Tatsu. Most Tatsus are pretty minus, I think. Or not pretty minus, but like minus enough. And Hyperbomb has decent range, right? What is it, 3 frames? Maybe? Or 2? I don't remember. Ooh. I can actually see Hyperbomb maybe being able to punish Tatsus. And that would actually make it, like, not good, but like, it would have a function. He's just using EX moves though. Right now it doesn't matter what super he picks, because he hasn't even been above like a full super, even if it was like SA2. Wake up, whatever that move is called. Spiral DDT. I don't know if that's the name of the move. That's the name of the actual wrestling move. Ugh. Wow, he crushed Jab Day, EX slash elbow. Yeah, reaching him is the big issue. Probably. I don't know. It depends on how the Tatsu connects is the issue. Also, Alex needs to start spinning up at the right time, so... It's like another shitty thing. On paper, this matchup is super bad at the high level. But you have to get, like... You have to be very consistent as Akuma to really shut down Alex's game. So it's surprisingly not too bad until you get to the really high level. But I think this could be like a 7-3 at the top level.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Alex is like playing on a high handicap. This matchup in particular. It's like if you actually manage to find some hits, all of a sudden Akuma just dies. No, bad matchup for Alex. Demon? Why'd you throw him out of the corner? Okay, there we go. Oh, this could be something. Oh, why was it not EX? It's alright, he still got it. EX chop on the first chop killed. And he tempted fate by not doing it. Oh, this could be huge. Not the right punish. He could have had a hard flash drop there. I don't blame him for missing it. Yeah, it looked like an accidental demon. Okay. Alex only needs a few errant hits. That was a hyper bomb. Or, what did you power bomb. I saw it. So he's picked the super and he hasn't used it once. It makes me wonder if he's picking it for some preventative reason. Oh, that might work. Good shit. That super's not instant and you have to like wait a little bit. Or it's got like more than one active frame, I think. So landing into it is actually a viable way to land it. And it's invincible until it grabs. So you can't get hit out of it. Still hyper bomb. So probably not a preventative Tatsu thing. He probably just likes hyper bomb. Can you blame him? Wonderful 101. What's the Kickstarter? Make a sequel? Port it to something? Switch? Ooh, that was respectful. No, that was just dumb. That low strong was guaranteed to work. The uppercut was never gonna hit. Nice. I suppose I want that to happen. Oh, lariat. What's with the full screen EX slash elbows? Very nice. Chose not to use the super, that's okay. That did a lot of fucking damage because of the rose. That was Alex health and it did that much. Alex doesn't have that much HP, he's got the same as Shoto's. Non-Sean, non-Akuma Shoto's. Nice. Short Swing Blow does a lot of damage in general in this game though. Oh, he got Dudley'd. Hi. Put in the corner and Dudley'd. SA1 times 2. Very interesting. Both these supers are considered quite strong on these characters, but not typically picked these days. Got him. What was the commit? So the first frame is staying strong.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Yeah, that's a custom intro. There's a lot of custom intros that you probably wouldn't guess are character-specific intros in this game, with little subtle things like that. Like the characters, it's like the two characters like default intros, but they'll have like a voiced line that's very mildly different. Like Chun-Li and Twins do that, where like their voice lines will be modified to be actually just like talking to each other. Even though they're just doing their regular intros. Chun-Li has like 2 or 3 lines of Chinese in this game. And that's one of them. It's her talking to either twin. Nice. Just kills comfortably.
You win. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Yeah, Street Fighter 4 was the first instance where they had like translated lines in the Street Fighter series. Voiced translated lines. Ooh. This is the game where you have Elena saying Jumbo. Fucking Swahili word.
Now. Are you ready? Go.
I told you guys that, right? When SF4 was announced to have translated lines, translated voice-acted lines, people thought at the time that that meant that Ryu was going to be yelling Fireball instead of Hadouken. When the game was a Japanese arcade exclusive, which it was for the first year, Street Fighter 4. Oh, you went for the red. Holy shit. I went for the red recently and got it. It's the first time I ever got it in a match. I red parried Ken's SA3. It was only Japanese while it was an arcade game, and the console port was like, we're gonna add translations for everyone, and everyone was like, what? Ryu is gonna yell like fucking Rising Dragon Punch instead of Shoryuken. Chun-Li's gonna yell Fireball instead of Kikoken. People thought that. And I gotta tell you, as someone who's seen Akuma in Street Fighter like Alpha and 2 and 3, the idea of Akuma speaking English was extremely disgusting to me at first. And to be 100% honest, it still doesn't sit quite well with me. I don't care if most characters speak in English, but I feel like understanding what Akuma's saying kind of undermines him a little bit. He was very menacing when he was someone you couldn't fucking understand. Hearing him yell like "die," it's not as good compared to like "mitts," something like that. Oh. I think there's something very intimidating about, I shouldn't say intimidating, because it's not always intimidating. I think there can be great effect to using untranslated stuff in video games. I'm going to have that in my game. Remember RE4 when all the fucking villagers spoke Spanish and none of it was translated for the player? That was cool. You don't need it to be translated for it to work. It would have actually undermined it a lot if they were speaking translated, or if there was a translator or anything. Ugh. Everyone who knows Spanish says that they're all speaking like Mexican Spanish, which is hilarious. Or like Latin American Spanish somehow. Like the people they got to do the voice lines, they're not very like Spain Spanishy. I don't know the difference personally. You got some. You need quite a few before you actually get out. Going for a couple parries and then attempting a block can work. Didn't work there. Depends on the setup. Accents? Could be accents. It could be like word choice too. Omae wa baka da. I know the kanji for baka. It's horse and then deer, I think. You don't need the da, but it doesn't hurt.
Are you ready? Go.
What about Urian's expertly delivered English? What about crush?
Final round. Go for it.
What's kind of funny is he says aloud Aegis Reflector, but I think the kanji... No, I think it is Aegis. I've played games where it was written in the katakana as Aegis. Aegis. And games where it's written Aegis. It's like, what the fuck is it?
You win.
I can't even remember the last time I saw Urian pick SA2, and I can't remember the voice line. Weird range and placement. Ooh, the left parry, why not snare Renhouse though? He did like snare strong. That was crouch jab. I never see crouch jab from Dudley. It's a button Dudleys don't hit, because crouch short literally is the same button but low. They have like the same range. Low short chains into itself. It's like, do you want your button to be parryable high or not? Do you want it to be stand blockable or not? That's the decision Dudley makes with low jab versus low short. Low jab might have a smidge more range, but it's like you never see it. It's not a button Dudley hits. You know who has my favorite accent in fighting games? It's Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat. What the fuck kind of accent is that anyway?
Are you ready? Go.
Is it pretend? He's always sounded very similar in every Mortal Kombat game. They've done a good job recreating that voice each time. He's got a very unusual way of talking. Nice. Is that towards strong? Oh no. Okay.
You win. Are you ready?
Pretty bold.
Go.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that full parry like in just the raw neutral like that though. So. Bison's definitely hammy, but it works. Bison's a hammy villain. So it doesn't matter that his voice lines are hammy, they should be. And Bison's like a fucking Saturday morning cartoon villain. Ah, the freeze might have made that harder, depending on whether he did the parry pre-freeze or not, which it looked like no. Australian fighting game character isn't Marduk Australian, or Marduk's based on an Australian guy. I don't think the actual Marduk is Australian.
Into the heat of
Kano is Australian.
for it.
I think Kano was full Japanese originally. And then the movie had him played by an Australian guy doing an Australian accent. And everyone fell in love with it. He was probably the single best cast in the whole movie. Nice cross up.
You win. Are you ready? Go.
Canadian fighters. There's a couple. Ah yes, Wolverine in Marvel vs. Capcom. What's his face? The guy in Maxima on K-Dash's team. And yeah, Abigail. That's three right there.
The heat of battle. Go for it.
Maxima's not ugly. Just has the mutton chops. Ah, nice parry. If Dudley picked a faster normal.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
I can't wait to have another X-Men movie with a new Wolverine. Where he's played by like a 5'2" guy like he was always meant to be. Hugh Jackman is way too tall. Oh yeah, I forgot X-Men officially don't exist anymore.
Are you ready? Go.
It's alright, we'll have Inhumans instead, whatever they are.
Final round. Now.
I literally don't know what Inhumans are. That was going to be a movie at some point, I think. Might still be planned, I don't know. Nice. Fuck your meaty, here's my or corkscrew blow.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
You see, Doom's problem is that he's trapped in the Fantastic Four.
Prepare to strike. Now.
The ugly truth is that a lot of people are just guess parrying. There are reaction parries, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you just pick a direction, you tap.
Alright, that's cool. Fighters ready. Engage.
Neem's here. Hi, Neem. This dude's an expert, everyone listen to him. Not always a guess. It's often not. Yeah, I talk about that here and there. A lot of characters, when they're far away, or like, you know, depending on where they are in general, the threat level changes. If Ken's mid-range, low forward leads to a lot of damage, but Samurai House doesn't. So if Ken's about to attack you, chances are it's going to be a low forward.
Final round. Go for it.
It changes based on the character. Nice. You're not wrong. Yeah, didn't commit yet. What the fuck is this? Why do you cancel into short swing blow? I think that you can still cancel into machine gun blow from that far out and have it hit. I'm not even sure. I never see Dudley's use that TC. Towards jab strong, still special cancels. He was just fucking around, I think. There were a million things he could have done to win. Snare run house would be the more typical one. He did fucking towards jab jab strong. Wake up non-EX uppercut. I guess to beat up throw? I don't even know if Dudley's uppercut is throwing me in. Nice. Wake up jump from Ken was surprisingly not risky there. It's a little bit risky.
Are you ready?
It was weak to low short. But it was good against a lot of other things Dudley could be doing. Or at least not game losing. A lot of other things Dudley could be doing. Nice. Oh, that was like a sweep or something. Or low forward.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Oh. By the second hit. Nice. Dudley's doing empty jump parry and getting smacked on the ground. Because Ken's not going for anti-airs. Just mixing him up when he lands. Nice. Should kill. Yep.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Oh, big. Ooh, that was really unsafe. Throw was not too bad, but it got Dudley this corner position. That was overhead on standing opponent, so Dudley had no link. Good recognition. It's not crazy hard to react, but like the fact that you have to react at all is a pain. It's very abnormal for someone to get hit and be standing.
You win.
Oh, it ended. Good thing I have like 20 billion more.
Find a new rival. Welcome to the world of Street Fighter.
It's 3:45. My cat's meowing outside my door. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna feed him. I'm gonna let it keep playing.
Are you ready? Go. Into the heat of battle. Go for it. Prepare to strike. Now. You win. Prepare to strike. Now. Prepare to strike. Now. Prepare to strike. Now.
Damn, Yun did jump in TC during Gene. And Dudley red parried the second hit and then supered immediately. That was super good because it blew the whole Gene. Cool anti-air. Oh. Don't think he wanted that. That time Dudley was parrying repeatedly. Nice fake out towards medium kick just to get him closer. Very tricky. Nice. Yun bleeds. It's easy to forget. But even things like repeated throws can just shave off so much of his HP. I would just hold this, yeah. Oh, he didn't even. I would wait for myself to get command grabbed. Let that fucking super rock. Oh, that's bad. Ooh. That was actually reaction parryable. I wonder if it would have been one parry or two. I would have parried twice just to be safe because I think you get the punish either way. Or I would have done just parry into stand strong. Pretty sure it would have worked. I think EX dash punches 2 hits. But it's been so long, I don't even remember. Young players never touch it. Young players don't like to use EX if they can help it. It's usually like EX up kicks if anything. There is no EX flip. There is no EX palm in this game. There's EX shoulder, which is not typically used. EX dash punch, which is almost never used. And EX up kick, which is used every now and then. I think EX up kicks is invincible, but it doesn't have a very low hitbox. So a lot of characters, if crouching, will just never get hit by it. Even if they're attacking. Nice. Perfectly timed stomp. Right on the command grab, he knew. Big damage on that. Ooh, dead. That was a lucky stomp. Changed the whole round. I was between 2 hits or 3. Oh, okay. I think I've seen like combo videos of Yun doing the juggle into the down roundhouse sweep. Cool, Link. Crouching opponent's so easier. And then after he juggles into it, he does the TC into like, what the fuck is that? He ran out of Gene time though. Oh, didn't get the link. Didn't cancel. It hit though. Close strong, far short, dash punch is a link. Nice. That actually hit on the ground too. Yeah, that whole Gene string was like one I've never seen. Alex gets a few hits and then he wins. It's like a joke. Imagine if these two characters fought in real life. Alex would have been 100% of the time. I did finish 3 houses, yeah. It's all on YouTube, but some of it's not currently like listed yet. Just because I didn't want to overwhelm people's feeds. Every time I put up like 10 videos at once, everyone gets fucking mad at me. It's like, chill. This isn't like old YouTube. Where you've got like a just one vertical list of all the fucking videos. It's a huge ass fucking thing. Just scroll. Be alright. Oh. We got a Chun-Li. We're officially into like deep third strike territory. We got Yun versus Chun. I feel like I should learn Chun-Li. I don't know, I feel like you've like lost the mental battle. Or maybe won the mental battle once you pick Chun-Li. If you pick her just purely because she's good, you know. Honestly, it's not even like Chun-Li just has a free way out. It's not like, oh, I picked Chun-Li so now I don't have to hold any mix-up. It's not like you're any better if you're Chun-Li versus like a fucking Dudley on Wake Up. You still gotta hold the overhead versus the low. You'll be better at not getting knocked over though. Good job. Pretty sure that crouch jab is 3 frame. 2 frame startup then active. I think that's her fast normal. Ugh, that could have been super. I don't know why it wasn't. You trying to save the meter? You got a lot. Oh, he was probably anticipating a dive kick. Dive kick crosses up on Chun-Li, crosses up on most characters. Oh. Getting pushed out that much was very bad for Yun though. He had to like play it safe and hang back. Yun really doesn't want to engage Chun-Li at all. Unless it's like directly after a jump in. Or during Gene. Oh, nice. You can see that based on the way they fight. Yun probably wins this matchup. It's hard to say. But he wins it through turtling. You have to out-turtle Chun-Li. And then only attack when it's shit like this. Oh, that's bad because he just wasted his whole Gene. I would call this Chun-Li's like 80% of the time at this point. Yun trying to build some meter. Chun-Li's got the super. This is like not over, but it's hard. There it is. I think there's a, I don't know, it's hard to say. My character doesn't fight Yun very well at all. So I personally put him pretty high up. But I think a lot of people tend to underrate him. I think Gene pressure is still extremely obnoxious. And if you're trying to fight Yun, who's dedicated to only approaching during Gene, it's surprisingly hard to, like, you know, chase him. And I play a character with good movement. I didn't even say I was going to do Black Eagles.
Are you ready? Go.
There's no, like, free win against Yun in this game. That's the whole point. He's top tier. There's no Yun counterpick. The closest are Chun-Li and Ken, who just fight him on relatively even terms. Possibly a slight advantage for either of them, depending on whether you truly believe that Yun loses those matchups. Nice.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I feel like Yun can be studied, whereas Chun-Li is more like a pure mix-up kind of character. Yun is like harder to fight, but I feel like with research, Yun could be easier to fight than Chun-Li. But there's not a lot you can study to like let you beat back fears. Or like find a way around like low forward and neutral. When I'm fighting Chun-Li in neutral, I just do fucking low forward of my own, which trades with it, or wins, depending on how I time it and space it. And I do universal overhead. Universal overhead's not even that good, because technically speaking, Chun-Li could reversal super me depending. Oh! That should have been Chun-Li's game. He got a super somehow going the other way. They're like red parries or like reaction parries you can go for versus Yun that make him a lot worse. Or like super punishes depending on the matchup, stuff like that. all of a sudden the back fierce of that TC, or like the strong of jab short strong, is like not scary if you research that parry. Or if you like train yourself to reaction parry towards medium kick or universal overhead during Gene, stuff like that. You can shut down parts of his mix-up. Or like his approaches during Gene. You can force Yun to not use any approach except short strong during Gene. All the other approaches have some gimmick factor. Either a telegraphed parry or like something like that. Short strong is different because Yun retains the ability to cancel that into anything he wants. Or like just abruptly stop doing it or something like that. But if he's like dash punching after you or shouldering after you, he can't cancel that if you parry it. And it's not a hard parry. And short strong is like pretty fast, but it's not that fast. Or I can out backdash it, for example. So Yun's best hope is just getting me into the corner and then getting the mix up then. And by then I've wasted half the Gene time. Yeah, red parrying the medium punch is better. The shoulder, Yun only, it's like it lowers his damage. People only do the shoulder if they need the extra meter, which they usually don't. Oof. Makoto is another kind of pure mix-up character, but again, her avenues are kind of controlled. Her avenues of approach, for example. Weird punish. Ken might have been able to go for TC punish there, but instead he'd walk in to throw. Lady P beats throws, including Karakusa. Quite risky though. Oh. That would have gone as a super a bit hit, and that might have killed. Low strong dash punch super at that 8 Ken HP. The gamble didn't pay out. Nice. Huh. I don't remember ever testing it for Oni. No, there's like 4 of them. Viper keeps scratching DP. Zangief does. I think there's another one still. Adon lost it, and that one pisses me off because Adon's combos are a lot harder for losing it. That being said, Jaguar Kick is a quarter circle. And he has like ways of doing other stuff. Nice double DP. People complained about crouching DP at the time. That was a common complaint in SF4. Was that it was easy to get DP on accident with people's sloppy ass inputs. But crouching DP let you do cancels easier. Sakurai always just double quarter circle. Because her super motion is on down back. I have no idea who this fucking Makoto is. It's a mystery. It's definitely harder. Weird super link. Didn't matter at all. It literally meant nothing. It might have, I guess, technically speaking, it might have reduced the amount of meter Ken got. I doubt it was any sort of meaningful difference. No, Elena can't. And it's actually a pain in the ass. Because doing her TC, the stand forward low fierce, into uppercut, it's very easy to get a super motion. And she has 2 supers! She's got down forward kick, and down forward punch. And she's got 2 different DP moves that you want to cancel into. She's got the uppercut, and she's got the fucking spin scythe, which I made forward DP plus punch. So her command overlap is through the fucking roof. It's like crazy bad. No, they changed her reverse DP. So no, it's not a reverse DP anymore. It is really good in Omega. It's probably still not as good as it is in Ultra, because they changed the cancel windows. But you still get like 3 hits. You can still FADC 3 hits. And FADCing 2 hits is still really good. But she doesn't have like she doesn't have Stand Fierce to combo into anymore, which is a little bit of a nerf. Stand Fierce could combo after 2 hits of Spin Scythe FADC, or 2 hits of, excuse me, Link's Tail FADC. Since we're talking about Link's Tail, not Spin Scythe. That was a 100 damage, but now her strongest cancel is Low Fierce, which is only 70. Low Fierce is a better normal, but it's worse in that context. That overhead special is shitty. I never do them, but EX Link's Tail into FADC Rhino Horn and medium DP FADC Rhino Horn are actually pretty strong.
Are you ready? Go.
FADC Rhino Horn is like a thing you can do on Omega, Elena. Cancels into Rhino Horn in general are a lot better than you would probably think. Especially with an actual good cancelable heavy. Rhino Horn is half circle forward kick. She says Rhino Horn when she does it. It's like Rhino Horn. Flies at you with her foot out. Nice, big damage. Ooh. Sometimes I'm like, how do Kens confirm that? And then I just see a Ken do that. Just low forward, light uppercut, pray it works. Nice, good punish. EX Rhino Horn is damage optimal in most combos. Regular Rhino Horn as an ender is iffy. Unfortunately, Rhino Horn to EX DP is gone. That was like B&B in Ultra. But to be honest, a lot of people didn't do B&B combos with Elena in Ultra. Sako's the only one who did. There were like other good Elena players too. Gambry comes to mind. Like often people just ended with hard Link's Tail, which is good. That's like our best general ender, but people would never end with anything else. And sometimes like the enders, sometimes you had very different enders based on what your needs were in the match. People just saw fucking the hard knockdown, they were like, I want that. I don't blame them. But there were enders into like medium DP. Or enders into spin scythe FADC, or enters into Rhino Horn into EX uppercut, scratch wheel, that were occasionally better, and people would never do them. Oh. One low block, red high parry. The anti-Ken parry. Oh, that was a red parry too. That's like big brain. This guy must play this matchup a lot. Red parrying fireball gives you... Red parrying the second hit of EX fireball gives you a punish, whereas double parrying the full EX fireball does not. Ken is a surprisingly great match. If Third Strike was only Ken, it would still be a pretty good game. If every single matchup was just Ken, it'd be alright. Ken's kind of an oddball because the super is not really damage oriented. In fact, if you're a really good Ken player, you can get meterless combos that do almost as much damage as super combos, if not more. SF5 Sakura? A lot of it's outdated, but all the combos I talk about and stuff like that still work. It's just like there's a couple new things you should be aware of. I did 5 separate videos for fucking tech for Sakura. If you just search assorted Sakura tech on YouTube, you will find all 5 of them. Nice, that was a terrible dash punch and a great punish. I think that was... No, I don't know. I don't know if Super could have punished that. That, what do you call it, dash punch didn't look great. The assorted tech have a lot of specific stuff, but they also have a lot of basics. They got a lot of everything. Don't go thinking just because they put tech in the title that it's not basics. Nice. The block strings get so weird when you're like trying to anticipate the way parries are going to be used. He started with crutch jab there and did low strong. It's like, what was that? Crutch jab, crutch strong on fucking the opponent's wake up as Ken. That's such a weird thing to do, because if that was any kind of parry, Ken was put into a bad position. Usually if you do starting crouch jab as a meaty, as Ken, it's because you want to do crouch jab, crouch short, crouch short. But I think on Yun you can do 3 low shorts. So why not just do that? Anyway, having jab short short instead of short jab short is like it changes where the second hit changes to be a low. So if people are going for like a high red parry, they'll get hit. And then you'll still get the 2 low shorts confirmed into super. Ooh. Oh my god, Ken's running into all these hits. Okay. Wake up hard DP, and now he's dead. Good chase. Chun-Li does not have a cross up. You're not in any danger chasing after her like that. Once she can no longer hit you with foot stomp. Nice. Chun-Li gets one left parry and ties it up instantly. Nice. I'm surprised that was fast enough. Parried a hit of lightning legs and then light DP'd. Ugh, that was... that low forward would have killed her. He was just a bit too slow. That button is like a fucking kill me now button. It's really bad to get Chun-Li down towards roundhouse on accident in this game. It's like a pretty bad attack in general because it has a consistent parry. You really don't want an action to be reaction parryable in this game. That was a really nice back fierce buffered legs. I wonder if it's possible if you have like if you don't have any leg buffering at all. I wonder if it's possible to get like back fierce to raw legs if the back fierce is parried. I wonder if that's what we just saw there. If Chun-Li did have some prior buffering. You really have to drum that fucking button. Yeah, Chun-Li down forward roundhouse is a lot shittier than it was in SD. It would actually be a pretty good move in this game if it could just hit on either side. It wouldn't be great because you would have the OS parry. It would be functional. In this game, they just let you link into low forward from it. Just raw, it just works. That's not enough to make it good. In SD, it just knocked over.
Are you ready? Go.
Oh, that was a nice whip punish. Low forward is like the neutral button, I feel. It's so perfectly designed in this game, the startup and the recovery, and the spacing.
Are you ready?
Along with down roundhouse as well. The synergy between them is good. You can have such an elaborate war of like spacing and button presses. It's like a very feasible thing to get it to whiff, to get it to barely whiff, and then to whiff punish it. Or to like to space it, to space like a sweep so it's safe, or stuff like that. Ken low forward, Shoto low forward, and Shoto low roundhouse are extremely well designed in this game. Especially when fighting other Shotos. Nice, barely.
Fighters ready. Engage.
I remember really liking the animation of Shifu when I was brand new to this game. I was like, I don't care if this is a good super or bad super, I'm gonna pick it. Just because it's cool. Just because it's not a DP like Ken's other two supers. It's like, Ken always does DPs. Shifu kind of gave him a more unique identity. Technically speaking, it seems to be a Tatsu inspired super, but it's not that much like a Tatsu. Yeah, he goes up at the end. His crazy kicks into a Tatsu. Yeah. It is, isn't it? Nice. Just landed fucking 5 errant hits and he won.
Enter the heat of battle. Go for it.
Nice. That was a great parry. That's probably not a red. I can't imagine a world where that's a red. Because that's not even a combo. So it's really just good situational awareness. It's more like stay medium kick. He might do both. He might like alternate between them.
Are you ready? Go.
I'll pause next time he does one. Ooh, crouching hit. Yep. Oh, fell out. Reversal, something got stuffed. Yeah, dropped his combo again. Nice DC. Neutral jumps typically do really well against forward jumps, hitbox wise. Very fucking nice. If that was parried, Yum was still fine, and it was 2 parries.
Fighters
Ken had to do like parry EX Tatsu or something there, and that still wouldn't have done that much damage to Yun. Big brain. Forcing air-to-air encounters at late game is so good in Third Strike, because almost always like air-to-air encounters don't lead to that much damage, like we just saw there. Oh, I moved the volume bar. You see how like Ken made the right read, but look what he gets. He doesn't get that much. He gets an air-to-air fierce. That's not too bad. The damage potential is a lot lower mid-air. This kills fairly comfortably. Yeah, nothing crazy needed. Yun did basic bitch juggles. I can't imagine a world where Ken abandons his fireball. I think one of my favorite things about Ken in Street Fighter titles is his fireball is always fairly good. It's just not the focus of his character. Ken's SF4 fireball is still like above average. His SF5 fireball is still really good. Even in a game where fireballs are not that strong, it's not much worse than Ryu's. In this game, it's almost indistinguishable from Ryu's. In SF2, it's only barely worse than Ryu's. I mean, fireballs in this game are not so common. And Ken's tools are less conducive to fireballs. Is conducive a word? Cool ender, cool juggle. Look at all that meter he got back. Jesus Christ. Literally ended his Gene and then fucking halfway to a new one. Ryu has had his fireballs buffed in really weird indirect ways. Like the recent patch, the buff to his fireballs was a buff to his low forward. They added hit stun on low forward to let fireball work from further out. That's a good starter. It's actually a great starter. Especially because it was the only hit. I enjoy that the fireball uppercut mix-up is still intact on Ken. It's just the fireball is worse and the uppercut's better. You got Perry tried to DP his way through. DP whiffed. He had light DP2, which is the biggest one. Wake up parry from Ken. Gotta go balls out at this stage in the match. This is pretty balls out. See there, that's what I was talking about. I actually mentioned that exact punish. Last time I was talking about this, I was like, what, parry EX Tatsu? And even then he's not getting too much. That's exactly what we just saw. That throw. Oh, my mom's here. She wants to have a whole conversation. Okay, here I am. That almost looked like a car throw. Ken does have a car throw, but it's pretty shitty. But we might have seen it. There we go. Wonder how minus that was. That was a pretty well spaced one, as much as you really can space that. Huh. He got far fierce. Doubtlessly he wanted close fierce. This is now very ugly. Yep. How do inputs work during parry freeze? For whom? The person who parries, whatever they hit will be saved up. The first thing they hit will be saved up and inputted once the parry stop ends. For the guy defending, none of his buttons are doing anything except if he has a cancelable move that can be parried. I mean, the cancelable move that got parried, he can cancel it still. Otherwise, he's just waiting for his own recovery. Usually a parry just cancels most of the block stun. So like an attack on block might only be -2. But if you parry it, you recover way sooner. So the attack suddenly goes to being like -17 or something like that. So all of a sudden you can get like a button on it. Yeah. If you're doing like quarter circle forward, you can't get a parry. Because a parry has to start from neutral. But if you're doing a DP motion and you get a parry, and then you finish the DP motion, you will get the DP. You'll just get parry into DP. But it's possible to react to the parry you got and then, you know, do something else. Might be hard though. Nice. Nice block, nice punish. That looked like a pretty deep overhead. But he didn't try to link out of it. Oh no! Why was it heavy DP? Max damage? Red parry attempt. Failed. I think she would have been able to kill him if she got it. EX there? I think regular would have been better. Oh, that was Karkus who got thrown. He didn't get it out in time. Ew. Still very feasible to win. Very feasible. Oh, there goes. Makoto sitting in a lot of bar though. Then again, so's Ken. As long as Ken has at least 1 meter, dash punches are pretty bad. Even if you space them, he gets low strong into... Oh! Okay. Makoto still rolled the right way, that's funny. Ah, that's a nice idea. I do that too, a little bit. When you parry, and you go for a button and the button whiffs, and then you just OS parry again. It's like, oops, that didn't happen. Goro doesn't really have moves that whiff quickly though. Nice. slugged. The fucking rose. That was hella bad manner. He did not have that like set up or guaranteed or anything. He was just trying to treat it like a fireball. It's not bad. They like if Ken jumped, it would have anti-aired him. I'm pretty sure it would have killed. All Dudley's own that confirm. This Dudley's super good.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Oh. That didn't kill. That was like 3 Shippus. Dudley's still alive. But now look at Ken's bar. It's almost empty. Maybe. This time yesterday I took a nap. I think I lost a hit. Couldn't tell you if it was the important one. Ooh.
Final round. Go for it.
Nice Scarm TV. See how low risk that ducking super was there? But if that Stamrenos hit, I mean the Stamrenos ducking, if that Stamrenos hit the... Oh, was that? Nope. Wasn't even a fucking real safe jump. Wake up super was pretty weird there, but it actually worked decently well. That could have been super on the towards medium kick. Towards medium kick does confirm super. Damn, Dudley looks so strong for round 1 and 2. I was like, this is the scariest Dudley I've seen in ages. And he fucking died. Forward dash, sweet, unique animation. Some of these eyes bug out, it's cute. I'm gonna wind back just to watch that once this round ends. Is something gonna come back? Nope. Alright, hold on. Look at it. I'm gonna freeze on it. Look at her. Whoa, that's the pause button. Nice. Fucking far medium kick. Or just medium kick, I think. I don't remember. For our roundhouse, I think that was deliberate. That's a pretty good button as they go. You see that? See EX spinning bird kick just getting stuffed by a low strong. EX spinning bird kick life. It's quite good against true meaties. Well, not quite good, that's a bit strong. It works against true meaties because the invincibility is from frame 1. But it does not last until it hits. Pretty bad Hazanshu. Hazanshus are pretty bad in this game in general. Ooh. A good Hazanshu is a Hazanshu you didn't do. A good Hazanshu is low forward and the opponent parries it and then you Hazanshu out of whatever their punish was. And then you land on them and it hits. It's not impossible to use Hazanshu well, it's just, you know, it's a single reactable parry. A good Hazanshu is any Hazanshu that hit. Or even blocked. Blocked Hazanshus are still good. Oh, a Street Fighter title with good Hazanshus. In 4 they're pretty good. In Omega SF4 you can actually just link out of any Hazanshu for free, which is pretty funny. But to compensate, the range is way lower.
Are you ready? Go.
They're also not that fast, and the X1 is... It's not shitty, but it's a different move. It's like a combo ender. It's her SA3 from this game. It's possible to link out of the medium Hizanshu and Ultra. In fact, it might be possible to link out of all of them, and it's a 2-frame link out of the medium one. The EX one, I don't remember. I think no. It does a lot of damage though. It does like 220 for 1 bar, which is like wow, quite a lot. The range is pretty bad though, so you don't have that many setups for it.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Dedicated anti. It's honestly not even that good of an anti-air in this game. That's the whole point. That's why no one picks it. Oh, the cross through was good. I would have not blocked that. Dudley's seen it before though. I know about cross throughs. I never would have blocked that one. Corpse hop dashing is a really cool idea.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I know most of the characters I can dash through. I can dash through Ibuki. I can dash through both twins. I think I can dash through both Necro and 12, but I'm not 100% sure on either of those. Oh, it fell out.
Final round. Go for it.
When Neem was here, I could have challenged him. This could have been a play Neem stream. That didn't even occur to me until right now. I wonder if he's still here. He's good. I used to play him on like GPO ages ago. Not frequently, but occasionally. That might trade, yeah. Not even a good trade. Nice.
You win.
He's one of the best Shoto players I've ever played with any regularity. I've probably played a couple Shotos better than him, but like I don't play them
Engage.
frequently. I wonder how some of them GGPO heads would do at Wednesday night fights that I've been going to lately.
Are you ready? Go.
I wish Cruz would show up. I'd hide behind him the whole time I was there. I haven't talked to Cruz in so long. Whoa, what kind of fucking wake up is that?
Fighters ready. Engage.
That might work. Yeah. Looks good.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Every hit of that super knocks down, I think. Don't quote me. So doing it to beat a Rose, to trade with a Rose is still a really good idea. the light corkscrew blow. Ended up being really good for him because it was a lot safer. I didn't even know until like a few years ago. Corkscrew blow had versions. I was like, how come sometimes I can punish this and sometimes I can't? They're all the same minus frames, I think. It's just the light one ends up leaving Dudley a lot further away. But the light one loses hits in a ton of scenarios, so Dudley's almost always use the heavy one. Generally speaking, Dudley's only even do the super when they think it's going to hit. And if they think it's going to hit, the heavy one's the best one. So you rarely have to deal with the light one. Cool TC there.
Are you ready? Go.
Nice, whiff punish.
Prepare to strike. Now.
That universal overhead did not look like a good one. Yes, that's the that's the who did that? Kokujin did that to beat Daigo one time. There was like a famous match not too long after the Daigo parry, where Kokujin beat Daigo in tournament, and he popped off. He was like, "This is the great Daigo Imahara." Kokujin's a pop-off kind of guy. And one of the things he did during the match, I think it was the thing that won it, was empty jump EXDP, which is a super weird thing to do for Dudley. It's like very aggressive and risky. Because a lot of people don't go for like, I don't know, immediate stuff when you land. Yeah, he definitely is a wild man. It was a very Kokujin play. This footage is a-cho footage from the 13th of December 2019. It's probably from some fucking tournament, but maybe it's casuals. Feel free to run this through a translator. I recognize those last two characters. I think they mean battle. Maybe the first three characters are a fucking region. Who knows? That's probably the single worst way to say I return. Is that a thunder kick? Nice. Fucking back medium kick in neutral. Scary. The range he was hanging at. What's the deal with the Paper Bugs Life playthrough through, though? What about it? I'll do some more later. Paper Bugs Life. I'm gonna be real, I didn't like the movie Bugs Life. I actually hate it. And I watched it like 3 or 4 times when it came out because fucking it would be like I watched it in theaters and then like I was in school and they put it on during a fucking school movie or something. I don't like Flick. I don't like the Traveling Band or whatever. I did like Hopper. He was cool. I didn't like the princesses. I didn't like the fucking tone of the movie. I really hate Caught in the Lie style like plots, to be honest. Like Bug's Life, like Chicken Run. I find them very frustrating. Someone pretends to be something they're not and then eventually gets found out. I like really hate that entire like, I don't know, I've seen so many movies with that. Better than Ants? No, it's actually not better than Ants. Go rewatch Ants, it's a pretty good movie. They're very tonally different. But I like what Ants deals with a lot more. I remember not liking Chicken Run when I watched it, but maybe I would find it more palatable now. Someone funny was in Ants. I don't remember who. Who was like the buff soldier guy in Ants? Who was the voice actor? He like died. I didn't even notice Aladdin having that plot, but I guess it does. Was it Stallone? Was Stallone the buff ant? I remembered it was someone hilarious, but I don't remember it being Stallone. I watched Rocky 2 recently. Man, that movie's good. Not as good as 1, though. I didn't like James and the Giant Peach, but not for that reason. I just didn't like it because it scared me. But the last time I watched it, I was like fucking like 6. I found it like super stressful. When it's like when he gets those fucking magic beans or whatever and then he drops them. Something about that just like made me like really unhappy. And then the insects themselves were really creepy. A Yang. Obscure pick for the Evo lineup. Mario Kart 7. There won't be an obscure pick. Every fucking game will be phoned in.
Are you ready? Go.
Maybe Battle for the Grid will be there. What's it called? Power Rangers. Grand Blue will be there. Yeltagross will not be there. Samsho not being there? I can see that, but I don't know. I feel like Samsho will be there. I feel like Soul Calibur 6 will be there. BB Tag, I don't know. Gonna be some Arxis game there.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I don't know the current state of the FGC. I don't know what's gonna be there and what won't. I'm just guessing. Ugh, that's a painful whiff. Alright, I like that list. That's a strong list. I like every game in that list of what, 6? Whatever NRS, I would say that's likely. So that's like 7 games that will definitely be there. I don't know about same show. I feel like Uniclear will. And Grand Blue I like. And Tekken and SF5 I like for sure. And Smash is like guaranteed.
Into the heat of battle. Go
I remember when what's it? I remember when Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite didn't make it, and it was like games don't make it into the Evo lineup by fucking legacy alone. And then BB Tag made it, even though it wasn't out. That shit was fucking funny. Clockwork was actually a joy to watch in NBCI. I like this Strider a lot, but there's not that much footage of him playing it. The way he used Ouroboros was funny as fuck. But now I realize it was actually 100% the correct way to use it. Ouroboros is probably stronger in MBCI than it is in any previous MBC game. I'm dead serious. The only contender is like Marvel 2. I shouldn't say the only contender because it's strong as fucking Marvel 1 as well. But it's crazy in Marvel Infinite. But what Clockwork did was as soon as he landed any kind of hit with Ouroboros, he like immediately canceled the tag. And then he just did a B&B with his other character. And I get it. It's because Ouroboros, it's like good in terms of finding a starting hit, but it's very easy for your combos to just fall out during Ouroboros. It changes all your B&Bs and not in a super great way. So if you use Ouroboros to get the starting hit and then immediately tag, it makes your follow-up combo. It makes your combo from Ouroboros very consistent. But it's just funny because tagging cancels Ouroboros. So it's like you spend your bar and then you just like land any hit. It's like, okay, bye. It seemed really strange to me back when I was a budding Strider player. But as I played the character more, it was like, you know, this is right. God, MBC, I really would have appreciated an update. The roster was super neat, but I got very samey very quickly because most teams had one of the Flyers, or perhaps a Gamora, or perhaps a Winter Soldier. Very small variety of characters. And some of the more interesting characters in the roster got basically no attention. Zero and Dante were on a lot of teams. Zero or Dante. And often the combo, since that was Cloud 805's team and he made it work.
Are you ready? Go.
But there were a lot of characters who were super neat who didn't see that much use. Like Spider-Man. Like Chun-Li. Like Captain America. And they were all pretty good. People just didn't have faith. And also they weren't quite good enough.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I could buy that list. Steam? I don't think there is a way to play Third Strike on Steam. Oh, no, you're just talking about 30th. Either or. Get both. Fightcade. Fightcade's free. It also has a better matchmaking system.
Are you ready? Go.
Yeah, Fightcade's the kind of place where you can go online and someone's like handle will just be the N-word. Unmoderated. Oh, that's gonna... Oh, I thought Yang would actually win there. He didn't hit in time. Yang was gonna go under the fireball. Oh, it ended. I have a Street Fighter 4 in here somewhere. Hold on, let me find it. In my long queue. Is it this one? What the fuck is it? Okay, I found it. Look, it's Ken. This is not the start of the video. There we go. Spoiler alert, Ken's gonna land a Ultra 1. It's Ultra double decap. I like this. Oh, nice punish. Who'd be ready for a punish like that? Good shit. Ken's Ultra 1 has more range than it appears to have, but it's not good range-wise. It is good damage-wise. The hitbox also goes quite high above him. Why didn't that... Oh, because he was mid-air when it got hit. This is his Halloween costume. The Halloween costumes were the final costumes released, and most people don't have them. A lot of people don't know they exist because, like, they came out, like, months before SF5 came out. You right here. Nice. Good counter poke. Ken's crouch jab is 3 frames, I think. And his low forward is 4. And the crouch jab is +5 if memory serves. He didn't really have a good thing to do after that. He could have punished that slide, but he would have then eaten the Ultra. But then again, he ate the Ultra anyway. Excellent conversion. It brings me joy seeing how much damage Seth takes. Oh my god, that sting. Seth. Oh, the TC. That's actually minus on hit, that TC. It's like -5. That TC only exists to break armor. Nice. It's rather easy to get that TC if you're trying to raw do far strong into hands, though. Seth is one of those characters who's never out. He even has good ability to dodge chip. Ooh, a lot of damage on that. It's also hard to punish. The ground pound is unsafe, but punishing is a bit of a pain in the ass. Why is Seth the guy in this? Oh no, this Seth got worked. That hurts. Oh, people hella didn't like Seth. People don't usually like the low HP every tool kind of characters. But Seth has like... With Akuma it's one thing, but Seth feels like a grappler. So it felt even cheaper. It felt like you couldn't possibly defend yourself against Seth. He had a lot of pure mix-ups. With like the command grab and like the dive kick and stuff like that. He could convert really far away off of like lights too. Nice convert. That was neutral jump strong, I think. I saw the Abigail punch steal aura, but he has like a regular aura, right? So like one of his special moves. That was a decent use of the Air EX Tatsu. Nash is okay. He's never been Season 1 good. But like, people treat him like he's like unviable and he's not. But he's not amazing. He's defensively very weak. But his movement is nice and his ability to zone is above average, I would say. He's definitely, I would say Nash is probably a bottom half character. But like, if you want to play Nash like Infiltration played Nash at Evo, like you can still play him like that. The dashes are worse, but like they still work. The blocked, what do you call it? Sonic Scythe still works. The zoning is maybe better. One kind of cool thing he got just this most recent patch is a standalone confirm out of Stand Strong, which is actually going to be a pretty big deal, I feel. But I haven't really seen anyone using that yet. I don't know how viable it is. I know it works, I don't know how easy it is. I didn't fuck around with it that much. Nice. Look at that hitbox. They don't make moves like that anymore. Oh, the EX pull. Why did that not... Fuck, I hate DiCaprio's hitboxes. People always gave me shit about Elena's hitboxes. But especially post-patch, DiCaprio's are 10 times worse. I know so many combos that fall out on DiCaprio. Nice. Oh, don't get me wrong. Elena's like twice as cancerous of a character. Actually, they're about equally cancerous. They're cancerous for different reasons. They all do, but DiCaprio's the dumbest. What's funny is Hugo's are really dumb too. Oh, bully mode. That red focus dash cancel cost 2 bars and did nothing. That's the sound of a coin being put in, I think. It's fucking El Fuerte. El Fuerte's secret top tier in this game. El Fuerte's got so fucking good buffs during Ultra. Oh no. El Fuerte was like a fucking broken character. Wow, that grabbed the... That looked like the hard punch follow-up of Runaway. And he got grabbed. This might work. It didn't. Thought it would. Forte, a lot of things that look like they should be working, not working. Most of El Fuerte's, like, the starts of his jumps during his run have invincibility for no good reason. So I'm surprised he got grabbed out of that one. The backdash. El Fuerte's backdash is one of the shittiest backdashes in the whole game. I think they're, in terms of distance traveled, it's like bottom 1. Oh, that is a lot of damage. And it's invincible, and it's hard to punish. Seth can punish it. He can do like that move. God, crouch jabs do so little pushback in this game. Tostada press. Oh, it's ultra double. I was like, what the fuck? I wonder if he wanted to get that ultra. Or if he wanted the other one, because the other one would have made more sense there. I don't remember if they're both with kick. I think they are. This is the stage that had the poster for Alex, wasn't it? I think so. If you deconstruct this stage in like a fucking like a viewer, like Hitbox was, the city actually goes pretty far back. And there's like a fucking poster, like that one right there, with Alex's face on it. And it says like, I forget what. It says something along the lines of I'll be back. In 2015. I mean, not 2015. Actually, yeah, it was like, wait, when did Ultra come out? There's like a hidden call out in this game that's like, Alex will be here. 2014, I think, was Ultra. Love that combo. That's max damage, Stun Strong, Stun Fierce. I think it's one frame though. Also, it's really annoying because on some characters you get Far Fierce, which doesn't link at all, and is really, really minus. Fortunately, that EX pull-in does put the opponent at a standard range from you. That's like a super annoying thing though. Seth's Far Fierce definitely should have been a command normal, and it's dumb that it wasn't. This stage plus Vega reminds me of Vanilla. Very nostalgic. The song and the Vanilla Vega outfit are helping too. I remember playing Vega in Vanilla. Look at that combo. That was a great punish. Most fireballs are like -4 or so on block, or worse. I doubt Oni's any exception. Nice block. That was punishable. Nice. Vega gets abnormally high damage after your focus back dash. What's the quick question? I'm ready. That was a... Oh, the OS. Chasing down them backdashes. Trade combo. This is a very slow quick question. If they can't help you, then I can't help you because I would send you to them. I would expect the PS3 version is probably the least played version now, yeah. I expect it's mostly just PC these days, and maybe some people playing the Xbox version on Xbone. Ooh. This could be kill. Nice, he got it. Not a super hard combo either. Low strong, low fierce is 2 frames, I think. It's the Ken again. I feel like it might be a frame faster, but I don't remember. And I think it was just a 1 frame issue. I personally never really fucked around with motion claw in SF5. So all of my memories of claw are charge claw. So I'm inclined to just say that. I kind of like the idea of charge claw because he's a very like mobile oriented character, but his ability to use special moves goes away when he's moving. So I feel like there's a cool idea of like risk reward of movement. The same way Gal has. But whether that's actually realized is a different question. It's cooler on paper. I feel like a charge claw would be a more interesting design. But claw has never been super well designed in any Street Fighter. That's the ugly truth. Should be called hand. Super Turbo Claw is probably the single worst one. See that low short jab, low forward? Ken had uppercut there if he didn't do the low forward. And after he did the low forward, he had nothing because it was crouching Oni from far away. It's okay to have shitty normals. If Claw just had long range normals that could get counter hit, which he does, there's nothing wrong with that. That's already what Sim has. The problem is his special moves are such a mess. And also his fundamental gameplay style. It's like, let's make him have dominant ground control and shitty anti-airs. Ends up not feeling good at all. His ground control doesn't feel that dominant. And even then, the fact that you can bypass it is so stupid. This will probably just kill. Oni doesn't have 1,000 health, I don't think. I didn't quite kill. It wasn't even that close. Sky High Claw is very, very close to being a meme. Roll is okay, but not great because you have very few combos into it. So it mostly just exists as a block string tool. Flying Barcelona is very, very gimmicky on most of the cast. Scarlet Terror is just fine, but the restrictions of the charge are overly restrictive. I'm going to remove Claw as a meme. So every single one of Claw's special moves is very bad in its design. Nice. Oh, it was Ultra Double Ken. That's why the Ultra didn't kill. I didn't even notice that until just now. DJ. This is Kuroitsu. I see this guy play on a-cho all the time. He's quite a good DJ. Double Ultra is kind of meh for a lot of characters. It changes priorities a lot. It's not as bad as I just made it sound. But like, raw Ultras are not as good, and combos into Ultras are better. Because, you know, not that much damage is coming from your Ultra. So his raw Ultra one was not so impressive. But the versatility is hard to put a price tag on. Especially when you have two very different Ultras like both of Ken's. Wouldn't it be cool if like you got an anti-air light subbot as DJ and you could like juggle something? There are so many ways that DJ could be cool. Nah, it got patched. It never even mattered, to be honest. Like, DJ's trash, don't get me wrong. He's, like, a low-tier character. But, he doesn't need the opponent to be standing for anything. So the fact that his force stand didn't actually work was not a big deal. He doesn't have any moves, I don't think, that, like, require a standing opponent. That being said, they did patch that stand fierce, so now it does force stand properly. Close fierce. That's the thing people forget about the DJ's trash videos. He got patched since that video was made. Every now and then I get comments on that video, and it's like, I could beat you with DJ. It's like, fuck off, dude. If you knew anything about DJ, you would know that a lot of these aren't even true. Unfortunately, some of the more annoying things about DJ are still true, such as the crouch fierce not being cancelable if it lands from far out. Or the fact that DJ literally like can't walk in for a punish because he loses all his charges and his like chargeless combos are really shitty. So if you can't just hit a button, if you can't just do low strong EX machine gun upper, then your punishes are beyond bad. He's also hard for no reason. He has a very important one frame link. Motion DJ would fix some of his problems, but not all of them. But it would be like a really big step. That was actually... No, yeah, this is fine. No, that was the wrong combo, especially because he double F80c'd. He could have done super into ultra, and that would have killed DiCaprio. If you're going to spend 4 bars, he did it the wrong way. DJ doesn't really have an archetype, per se. He has fireballs and uppercuts. But he really doesn't have an identity like that. The closest thing he has to an identity is his knee shot. He can, like, do a dive kick, basically, but it's, like, a very irregular dive kick. He can basically instantly kill the upward momentum of his jump. Which gives him a very short, hard-to-react to jump with a normal that has permanent active frames until it lands. Which actually ends up being pretty strong. But it does, like, 50 damage and doesn't have that much frame advantage. Is that a punish? Wow. Aw, the safe jump. DJ's EX up kick is 4 frame. See, that was the short hop. See the permanent active frames? And there he goes. By DJ. Maybe he'll come back. He did. Yeah, they were gonna have every SF2 character in vanilla, but they just ran out of care. Some of the alpha characters were considered higher priority because characters like Rose and Sokka are actually popular. Again. Nice. Oh, there we go. Watch out for that ultra. Fireballs are a little risky against DK. Oh, it's hard block though. You got it. Oh, DJ did EX uppercut, but DiCaprio did EX thing. DJ's movement just feels really restrictive because of the charging. He's got 4 charge moves. He's got charge move every place where it's possible to have one. Also, there's kind of a lot of, like, overlap between his charge moves, which is something people don't really talk about with DJ that much. I wouldn't call him, his combos are kind of not that strong. Well, they can be strong if he gets a clean punish. But a lot of, like, confirms for DJ just do, like, fucking 100 damage. He's got like a jump in 50-50. At certain ranges, he can either get a cross-up jump medium kick or a front hit knee shot. And that's actually decently powerful. He's low on mix-ups though. So you want him to be a good rushdown character, but he can't really like mix you up super well. That's only -3. DJ doesn't even have a 3-frame, I don't think. He might. I don't remember. His punish damage, if you're actually close, is weirdly high. Especially if you're running Ultra 2 and you get like a 1-bar setup, because he gets 1 bar to Ultra and it does like 550 damage in a B&B. Which is like, wow, pretty powerful. It's just those opportunities aren't too common. Oh, the double sting. Because it hit him midair. That button's surprisingly good. Far forward. It's like 5 frames for the first hit, I think. It's like a slightly shittier version of Jury's far forward in Street Fighter V. And you know you got trouble when I'm saying something about this character is like a shitty version of SF5 Jury. But to be honest, that's one of the better features of DJ in this game, and it's one of the better features of SF5 Jury. That's a punish. In fact, it might just be the best feature of SF5 Jury. God, that's so annoying that DiCaprio can do that. Oh, didn't even edit. Wait, what's a really fast command grab? Neither of these characters have command grabs. Oh, you're talking about the drop. No, she can just cancel her teleport. Just fall straight down, and then that was a regular throw. But the annoying thing about it is that it catches people who are waiting for the ground pound, which is unsafe, but only if you block it. And the ground pound can also be on either side. Ibuki's a weird creature in this game. Towards our kick. There's so many different things she can do out of that little jump. And if you try to commit to punish one of them, she can like uncommit herself and then punish your commit. So it ends up being super awkward. See that? Look at that. Suddenly be next to you and grab you from so far out. And then that dive kick is plus, which is the other thing she can do. And also the ground pound is yet another thing she can do that can land on either side and leads to a juggle. It's so powerful. That's probably gonna work. If that, like, if the opponent's not like a frame from touching the ground, that's usually good, even if they're pretty far out. Double Ultra is pretty good for DiCaprio. I think she might be one of the 60% characters. Ooh, that was a punish. That was a fuck up. DiCaprio thought he was gonna chip, but he lost too many hits, so he barely missed out on the chip. And the non-light version of hands is pretty minus. So that stand jab, that's a 3-frame stand jab from Ibuki. And then I think a 3-frame link into stand forward, which he then got neckbreaker for the kill. I don't think the dive kick can ever be a cross-up, even though that ended up on the other side. It was not a cross-up. Look at that, that was a punish. Whoa, that was low. You can't do that on the ground. That was an instant air one. That's a really easy instant air to do because it's a charge move. Oh, Sting would have made her land on the fireball. See that wake up option? Isn't that weird? God, fuck DiCaprio. I think DiCaprio's my most hated character in this game, to be honest. But that's probably just me being salty about what's-his-face Jaren beating me in a bunch of BAF Cups. And to be honest, he's one of the best online players. That's punishable. Ibuki just missed the punish. It can be harder to punish if DiCaprio does it meaty. Mega DiCaprio has most of the normals the same, and that's about it. And all the command normals are different, and the special moves are completely different. Almost completely different. Also, they gave her unique throw animations, and I think it's actually a blunder that they didn't give those throw animations to Ultra DiCaprio as well. Because a lot of the complaints about DiCaprio were her recycled animations from Kemi. Was that a link into fucking Far Spheres? Timeout, go back. You got a 2-hit combo there. Counter hit low strong into Far Fierce. Interesting link. Was that deliberate, or did that just kind of happen? Far Fierce is not a normal you really hit that much. USF4 without the new characters would maybe be a better game. There were a lot of people who said the USF4 wasn't the best version of SF4. I don't think that. I think USF4 was the best version. But most of the DLC characters were cancerous. The only one that wasn't, ironically, is like Hugo. Not for Super, for Arcade Edition, but yeah, they said that in an interview. Or like they were like, we already made a balanced game. We knew that it was like we knew if they were like a little bit crazy, then we'd have a better chance of like patching it again later. It was like something like that. They said. I don't think they made the twins busted on purpose, but they definitely shot for like high tier. There's a lot of pretty weird stuff the twins can do, just on paper. Like Yun having 1 bar set up into Ultra 1 off of like any connect with the X dash punch. Or like Yang Ultra 2 being 4 frames when he's got like lots of ways to link into it. Like they must have known with things like that that's like way outside of the scope of what's normal on SF4. Hakona's pretty unfun if you're not used to fighting him, and he's maybe kind of unfun in general. A lot of the more popular characters in this game are also like more fun to fight. But I think if certain characters were more played in this game, it would have a much worse reputation. I think SF5 is stronger in that particular regard. Is that most characters aren't cancerous to fight. This game has like the best characters aren't as... The characters who are well designed in this game are more fun to fight than SF5. But there are a lot of characters in this game who are not very fun to fight at all. Get a combo. Oh, he did the right thing too. Run slide might have been better. But dash sweep is what I would have done, and I thought it would work. He like missed it by a few frames only. Nice. Medium DP juggle, maybe? Might have been heavy. Medium DP gets 3 hits more easily. Heavy will almost always get 2 hits in that context. Ultra Geef is somewhat cancerous. It really depends on what character you play with Ultra Geef. Ultra Geef has really unbalanced matchups. Some of them he's pretty weak, but not that weak. He's like maybe a top tier in Ultra. It's like hard to say. Geef did pretty well in the grand scope of things in Ultra. I wouldn't say like top 5. I probably wouldn't even say top 10. But top 15 is likely. But if you were playing like certain characters, Geef was horrible. And if you're playing other characters, Geef was like easy. You get variety either way, but I would say you get more variety in USF4. But I don't like the variety. I mean, I usually like variety over no variety, but like, I don't know. There's only 2 characters I don't like fighting in SF5. Oh, you're talking about IRL cancer. I get it. I get the joke. Most balance issues in SF5 are not as bad. But yeah, Geef is still like that now. It's just like 6-4s and 4-6s instead of 7-3s and 3-7s. And I'm exaggerating it a little bit, to be honest. See how that was like the first commit DiCaprio had, and Oni had no idea it was a commit. How was he going to anti-air that when there were like 5 fake ones immediately before? The way Smash characters control is more universal, but the way to fight them I feel doesn't seem to be. I've seen most Smash Ultimate characters place high in tournament. And it seems like some could certainly fuck you up if you didn't know their gimmicks. Like I've seen a Link do well in Smash just recently. Link is not a common character in Smash Ultimate. There's like 3 different Links too. And yeah, most characters have like I shouldn't say most, but like a lot of characters have a gimmick that completely changes the way you have to fight them. Like if you're fighting Rosalina and Luma, the entire meta of like hitting the Luma, killing the Luma, doesn't exist with anyone else. It kind of exists with Nana and Popo, but not really. Or like fucking Pikmin and Olimar. I can give you a link to the spot if you want it. Here you go. Oh, that's unsafe. Oh, Rose's 4-frame low strong wasn't there in time. A lot of things are really frustratingly barely unsafe. I don't really mind the tight links when you're on offense, but having tight punishes on defense feels pretty shitty. So that's something I prefer a lot about SF5. It's annoying when you block DiCaprio's fucking light hands and it's -3. And you have a punish that's 1 frame. And if you miss it, you get stung, and the sting isn't even unsafe because she can FADC backdash on hit or block. Ooh. That's stupid. Feels really bad. It's such a stupid mix-up to enter into. The alternative is just letting her have every single hands, or just never dropping my 1-frame punish, my unplinkable 1-frame punish. Elena has it easier than most characters because Elena has a 3-frame light DP. Well, so I can actually, depending on the spacing of hands, I can react and then just choose to reversal DP, which is pretty easy. Oh, what did he commit to? See, there it is. Right then. He saw the hands was unsafe. It's perfect that that worked out exactly the fucking as I was saying it. He saw the hands was unsafe and he did the reversal light DP and it got the punish. But most characters can't do that. Like, Ken can do it. But, fucking what the fuck is Honda gonna do? He doesn't even have a 3-frame at all. I think that was a medium one. So that was probably unpunishable. Sting is the most annoying reversal in this whole game. It's just not very unsafe. Good EX Renahorn, I never would have done that. Oh, that was perfect. Oh, beautiful. Good FADC. Good combo, too. I was just bitching earlier today about Elena players not doing the right B&B punishes. But that was a pretty damn good one. I remember some combo weirdness in this matchup, but I don't remember what it is. But something like doesn't work properly on DiCaprio. I don't know. A lot of DiCaprios only do it when they've got the metered F80C, so like maybe I can squeeze the thing out of them. And then drain their 2 bars at least. Punishing Elena's Link's tail is unbelievably stupid. I think it made watching the game more impressive, to be honest. I'm a defender of one-frame Links. I just hate one-frame punishes. It was cool when like you couldn't do combos consistently, and you hit a combo you couldn't do consistently. That was a good feeling. And it was also cool when someone who was better than you did something you couldn't do. And that feeling is not there anymore in SF5. It felt like there was less you were building to executionally. But I think that one frame was too tight. If it was me, I would make it so plinks weren't a thing and just have everything be 2-frame links. But SF5 made it 3-frame links, which I feel like was a little bit too much. Oh, he got the link? He did. But then he did an overhead reset that worked. Yes. That spin scythe into uppercut only works on certain characters, and Sagat's one of them. Yeah, that's something that they were pretty good about in Ultra. It was really bad pre-Ultra, but every patch, characters lost mandatory 1-frames. And by Ultra, there was almost none left in the game. But that was a really consistent feature of low tiers. Was a lot of really bad characters had like mandatory 1-frames in annoying places. Whereas a lot of good characters had like other things. Yeah, Vega would be a really easy example. But like there's a lot of like low jab, low strong that would just be like 1 frame for no reason. Like Guile, that's now 2 frames. Like DJ, which is still 1 frame, but now he can do stand forward, which is 2. There are very few good 1-frame links left in the game with no alternative. Nice. Sweep from Crutch. I mean, that's one of the dumbest attacks in the whole game, still. The hitbox and hurtbox are absolutely stupid on Elena's Crutch Roundhouse. It has low profile for like the whole animation, and the low profile only ends when it recovers, so she can go from low profile straight to blocking, which means it ends up being a super good anti-air. But like an incidental anti-air. I always bitch about people bitching about Elena's skeleton, but I can safely say that Crutch Roundhouse is still as stupid as it has ever been. Yeah, Crutch Light Kick, Crutch Medium Punch was 1 frame. Now she has alternatives, but they're annoying. Makoto Strong is 1 frame, I think. But she can do towards jab, so she's got a 2-frame alternative. Strong towards jab, EX uppercut. Rose can do Crutch Short Crush Jab, which is 2 frames. Both of those characters have like an alternative combo now that they didn't used to have. Technically, Rose's low short, low jab always worked, but they did something about like light drill to make Crutch Jab better to go into. Makoto medium punch. I'm pretty sure you can go double check. I'm pretty sure it's 4 frame plus 4. People blinked it. Ooh. That was a smart EX record. Nice quesadilla. I think they could be. I don't know what Capcom's like goal is now. I don't know their current policy on links. Yeah, links have a really different feeling if they're low or high risk. If you're going from towards fierce on Ryu into crouch fierce cancelled straight away into uppercut, that feels really hard. But it's just a one-frame link. Compared to like Makoto strong, which I'm pretty sure is one frame. Or like Rose low short, low strong, like heavy drill. There are a lot of links where like, because it's not the end of the world if you drop it, it doesn't feel as bad. I'd really like a mainline Street Fighter with magic canceling. I would like to see how that felt. Wonder if we'll ever get that. Capcom versus Capcom. Alpha didn't have it, did it? Alpha 1? I never played Alpha 1. I've only played 2 and 3. Actually, I have played 1. 1 was on Super Nintendo. I played the Super Nintendo port of 1, but I only played it one time. 3S with system direction. That had magic canceling. One of these days, I'll just do a stream that's me fucking around with system direction third strike. I can't believe that's never happened yet. I need someone else who's good at third strike. And like a lot of characters. I could do it with Bungus. Wouldn't that be the greatest stream ever? Or it's just me and Bungus fucking with the settings. It's like, hey, let's play third strike, but let's turn off jumps. Ryan. Arlyth I could do. I'm not exactly on friendly terms with Ryan. Do it today. Just invite those people to my house. Hey, let's play some air blocking third strike. God, I've drank like 4 pints of juice since I started streaming, and I need to piss again. It's like the 3rd time. I'll be right back. Here I am. Oh. Nice looking dive kick. Another nice looking dive kick. I was missing a Kami and a Sagat. That's a cool match. Kami's quite impressive in this game because a lot of her links are really hard. So you get a really good idea of how good someone is from the way that they choose to play Kami. You guys should have seen the piss I just took. It's crystal clear. The EPA would have rated it completely safe. Potable water. Oh, that was nice. That was outside range so he could buffer. A good Kimi in SF4 was art. And Xiaohai was one of the best Kimis. Better less than I thought. It was a meaty fireball, so Kemi couldn't ultra through it. She could ultra through either of those. That would have worked. Fireballs are really good, so being able to do those like ultra through a fireball was a very valuable skill. If he didn't backdash there, the second hit around us would have hit him and he would have taken a ton of damage. Backdash was very good. Wow. That can anti-air did there. Zangief does, I mean not Zangief, Sagat doesn't have great normals for hitting downward during his forward jumps. Their focus was good. Combo was optimal. Just drill. There we go. Sagat's neutral jump, medium kick, and hard kick goes super far down. Oh, look at that bait. Ugh. Close fierce, far fierce is a combo, and that's what he went for, I think. Or it could have been like close fierce, low forward or something. Dive kick hits on the front, light kick hits on the back. Yup. Very difficult. Look at Kami just on him, like a bee. Oh, that was nice. Oh, that failed ultra, that was bad. He burned a bar and didn't land an ultra. And Sagat's ultra is really hard to land without a fireball at 50, I mean a DP at 50C. He's not really going to have another chance to do that this match. Should be alright though, he's only a few hits from winning. That was a pretty risky fireball to throw. Could have been ultra'd, and he would have lost. Oh, that could have been cancelled. No, it couldn't. I think that's a chain, isn't it? Low short, low jab. I don't know how plus low short is for Kemi. It's probably like +1 or +2. Love that link. I think it's 2 frames. It used to be 1. Kemi had her normals like radically changed between Super and AE. The frame data on everything got better. They took away Kemi's instant air dive kick, and probably in the only instances in this series, the only instance in Capcom's whole fucking balancing lifespan, they actually gave like buffs to justify the massive nerf they were giving her. People's gut reaction in Arcade Edition when she lost instant air dive kick, they were like, oh my god, she's so much worse. Because that was like her main feature. She could do every dive kick as low as she could do EX dive kick in Super and Vanilla. And it ended up being like a super, super good frame trapping tool. It was like a better Guile upside down kick. Guile upside down kick, but like plus on block. And you could do like, you could do it whenever you wanted. And it was better at actually dodging stuff. Ooh, that's good. Ton of damage here. She was, I mean, she was top tier in Super. People usually, whenever they talk about top tier characters in Super, no ultra there was a big drop. Okay. Whenever people are talking about Super's top tier characters, they usually mention Kemi or Honda. But AE Kemi is still like probably a high tier. Kemi has been strong for every version of this game except Vanilla, and honestly she was probably decent in Vanilla. But people didn't, she was like one of the new characters, and people didn't like fully unlock her at that point. Vanilla had better balance than people thought, but it's still the least balanced Street Fighter 4 version. But a lot of the supposed low tiers were a lot better than the results they were getting. Like Faye wasn't that bad in Vanilla, but that probably is the worst version of Faye in the series, is the Vanilla version. Kemi wasn't that bad in Vanilla, Sakura wasn't that bad in Vanilla, and they were like the supposed low tiers. Rose. Again. They were all actually decent. It wasn't a secret for C Viper. C Viper had a lot of tournament success in Vanilla. She was just hard, but she was unlocked because like she was a Japanese arcade character. So people had like a year's worth of experience with her. She was out a year before Sakura, for example. Oh no! Was that supposed to be close strong, low forward? Does that even work on Rose? He could have just done the close strong, low strong and drilled from there. Anyway, Kemi did lose instant air dive kick, and she got massive normal buffs everywhere. She had very few links in vanilla, ironically. Like low jab, low strong worked, and like I think low strong, low forward worked, and I maybe close strong, low strong, I think. But a lot of her links either didn't work or were like one frame. She didn't really have easier links anywhere. And now she's got the whole variety. She couldn't link out of close fierce back then, I don't think. Or if she could only link to like jab. Low fierce was a lot more specific, I think. Low strong, links out of low strong were shittier. I think they either weren't possible or were like only to jabs or something like that. Literally, like her only linking normal was like close strong. And the only normal she linked into was usually low forward. So she was quite different than vanilla, link-wise and super. She was a lot more restrictive combo-wise. She's got some of the most free-from normal combos in the game now. But they were actually very bad in vanilla. Rose hasn't changed that much since her debut, to be honest. Rose has been a very similar character for every version of the game. The biggest thing she had was gaining and losing Ultra 2. It's like an on-off switch. How good Ultra 2 is allowed to be. Nice. Is that really chip? It was, wow. She still had visible life, and that's still chipped. Ibuki did not have a good wake up there. She had to burn bar to not die, and Rose could have punished it on reaction. It's a good scoop. It's up there. It's got a very satisfying hit. Oh. How do you feel about Minot? Her version of it. I feel like it lacks the same oomph. It doesn't feel satisfying the way Minot pops you off of her. The actual grab feels about as good, but Minot tossing you away just doesn't have the power. Oh, okay. Minot has a lot of Rose moves now. Rose OP and Super, probably not. There were a lot of things that were like, specific things on characters were deemed to be like stupid, and people wanted them to be removed. But oftentimes the character themselves wouldn't have the results to justify it. Probably the most obvious example of that is Arcade Edition Yang, where everyone was like, this is like, this character like needs to nerf, but he didn't even win anything. But there were a lot of tools that were like, why does this character get this? This is stupid. But then the character, like, you know, the thing is stupid, but the character's not even winning. You know what I mean? Rose Ultra 2 was one of those. It was okay, it was pretty good. It was a good tool. It was a good tool on a character that wasn't that strong outside that tool. Is that happening, like, soon? People have been talking about that. It must be happening, like, tonight or something.